get in Thursday night, back in the Berg, back at your house, back around your family. Did you just float home? How did that work? How did that feel?
So, like, we flew from Philly to Pittsburgh. For some strange reason, every time I've ever flown from Philly to Pittsburgh, the shortest flight ever, there's always turbulence.
You hate that?
I hate it. I hate plane flights that are bumpy, and every single time in my career, there's always turbulence going from Philly to Pittsburgh, which makes the anticipation that much higher, and it gets me that much more worried. And yeah, man, so they told us we're gonna fly 8,000 feet, just because the weather's gonna be that bad, so buckle up. They like told all of us, like, buckle up, it's gonna be bumpy. So I'm just like freaking out, and I was like, this would happen. I'm about to go back to Pittsburgh, be in my own house, be around my family, haven't seen my wife, my kid in a week, like, and this happens, and the flight actually was like a really good flight. But I was just on edge the whole time. But oh man, so we got over, man, and after that, yeah, I pretty much floated. After that, we landed, and I mean, it was like head back. I just enjoyed every moment of it. Like going home, being home. I've been home in like 4 months in my house. Great. See my family, see my son. Maria kept still up for me. He was like 30 minutes past his bedtime, but she kept him up, and so he was happy to see me. I was excited. I like didn't go to sleep that night, you know, and yeah, the whole process was like surreal. Like, didn't get any sleep, but it was like worth it. It was awesome.
Absolutely. And then obviously you probably got some great sleep last night after not sleeping. Last night in an interview at the end, you talked about, I don't know what this was like. I have to like put my head on the pillow, try to figure out what this all meant. I'm gonna give you a chance just to talk about what last night meant to you. What were the feelings? What were the thoughts? What were your anticipations? Just reflect a little bit on how cool it was. It's the coolest one I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And I almost got emotional. I got goosebumps. I can't imagine.
Yeah.
What it was like for you.
Yeah. It was like probably I didn't think anything would ever beat the blackout game, the wild
It's
card
one of the
game
coolest,
in 2013. I was like, nothing will ever beat that. And then I had that day, that moment last night, and I was like, I don't think selfishly, it's like one of my moments, like personally, and I was like, I don't think, that was probably the coolest moment I've ever experienced on this ballpark. To like get here and to the anticipation of it, like I was on edge the whole time. We've all, you've been married, you know how like the hardest thing is anticipating like how you gonna feel like when you go out there, when you see your wife for the first time, she's walking down that aisle, like what am I gonna feel like? It was like that. I was just thinking about that the whole time. Like how's it gonna? I don't know how I'm gonna feel. I don't know how it's gonna be. Like, and then I go out there and it's like, then you're like living in it. You're living in the moment. It's like, man, this is like the coolest moment, ever. Like running out on the field, everyone's standing up and clapping before the game even starts. And I was like, people ask me, "Are you gonna cry?" I was like, I don't know. I was just trying to like enjoy it. I'm just trying to like let it soak all in right now, man. I'm just trying to like just be in the moment right now. So like every second that went by, I was just trying to be in the moment and enjoy it and breathe it in. And then like when I came up to bat and it like got even louder, the ovation, everything was like intensified by like 100. And I was like, man, this is crazy. And like I was like, man, let me just try and like enjoy it, try and be in the moment. And I was like, and so that's what I did. I just like sat back and just tried to look all around, see everybody standing up and clapping. And I almost lost it.
I know, I saw.
I almost lost it. I almost lost it because I saw my wife, Maria, up here in the suite.
What'd you do that for?
I don't know. I was just like looking up and I saw her standing right there, and I was like, I saw her like she's crying, and like I was like, oh, and I was like right then and there. So I don't know if y'all noticed, but if you watch the video, you'll see me, looking around. I take my helmet's off, and I have it in my palm. And I have the helmet in my palm, and I'm looking around. And I look right behind the backstop, and I look up, and that's when I see my wife. And watch how fast I put my helmet on after that, because I almost lost it right then and there. I was just like, I looked at it. I was like, oh. Then I just threw the helmet on. I was like, okay, yep, let's turn around and let's get this at bat started.
That's when you were telling Cervelli, let's go.
Yeah, I was like, that's why I looked
go.
at him like, oh, okay, I'm ready. And he was just like, nope. I was just like, oh, you're about to make me lose it. And so like I sat there, and that's why I just kept trying to just keep that bat going. But at the same time, I was like, all right, man, just be in the moment and enjoy it. This is a once in a lifetime type deal right now for you. So I was doing that, but I was just steady trying to stay in that mode of I still got to hit. so like that's why I kept doing what I did, man. But yeah, that whole thing was crazy.
Yeah, that was special. Right now, I want to give you a chance to say whatever you want to the fans, a thank you to your ex-teammates, to the guys that you saw last night, the organization, whatever you want to say, just kind of be able to put it to bed and move forward.
Yeah, man, from before I even got here, front office, Bob Nutting, Frank Coonley, they reached out. They wanted to make sure everything went the way that I wanted it to go. Like they called, checked up. Hey, just want to make sure everything's good. We want to make sure your family's fine, everything's taken care of. They didn't have to do that, Guys didn't have to do that, but they did, just because they know that, what Pittsburgh means to me, and they wanted to go as smooth as possible. So like that I'm like overly appreciated about that. They really took care of my family, and they wanted to make sure that it went well. So I mean, that's awesome. I mean, from seeing everybody before the game, my ex-teammates, talking to them, man, like seeing Clint, seeing the coaching staff. I still haven't seen everyone, but I'm sure I'm going to run into everybody as this series keeps going on. And talking to them, man, I mean, everyone's been awesome and amazing, which I expect. I expect them to be like that. I expect they're always first class everywhere you go. Cervelli giving me my moment and letting me have that moment, and just waiting back, just telling me, no, man, this is something special. And Tyon, staying back, every pitcher wants to be in the groove, and just him being able to just stay back and let me have that moment too. Like that's, I can commend him, more than anything. His fastball looked like it was 108, by the way.
It's probably hard to hit with water in your eyes.
Yeah, it's really hard to hit with water in your eyes. That was tough. It's like, it seemed like 108. So thanks for those strikeouts, J-Mo. But yeah, him doing that, man, I appreciate it. I really appreciate it to the fans, man. The fans, bar none, like, you guys are amazing. You guys gave me a ovation the last game of the season when I was in a Pirates uniform here at home, and to where I wasn't even thinking about it, like, all right, I'm just gonna hit, and they stood up and clapped, to where I had to stand back and like, dang, you guys got my back, had my back then, and they had my back, today, yesterday, and I can't say thank you enough for that, because that was an awesome moment for everybody to show up and show their support. Man, that's something I'm gonna remember forever. That's something I'll be able to tell my son one day that was here. He was here too, to experience that. He'll be able to see that for the rest of his life, and then he'll be able to realize, like, all right, your dad wasn't just little Joe Schmo. Your dad actually was all right.
He'll get his own standing O one day.
Right?
Right?
He will.
He will,
Yeah.
no doubt.
Yeah. So that was awesome. The fans, man, thank you. Thank you. Fans, appreciate you guys, man. That was amazing. Everyone just showing support for this whole thing, man. I just was like blown away. It just blew my expectations, blew it out of the water. That was awesome. I really appreciated all of that, man.
Obviously, I played for a lot of teams. I moved around a lot. Got traded, I think, 4 times. We talked a little bit about it when it was all going down the first time. And then the second time, it's kind of a whirlwind. I just want you to let people in on what that's like. You've never been anywhere else, 9 years with the Pirates in the big leagues. That's your organization, all the coaches, your hitting coach, everybody that you're used to, it all changes. Even spring training site. Just reflect on that a little bit.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that goes along with being traded. A lot of people that don't know, you might just think, all right, you got traded. You're on a different team. That's it. There's a lot more that goes on to it. You have to uproot where you are, where you've been. I've been, with the Pirates for 9 seasons. Like, I had to uproot that. I met my wife in Pittsburgh. My son was born in Pittsburgh. I played for Pittsburgh. Like, everything was Pittsburgh. Everything was the Pirates. My house was the Pirates. My uniform, my stuff I worked out in, like my shoes. Like, you don't understand. Everything was Pirates. And then you're like, boom, traded. And then like now, all of that you have to uproot and you have to plan for the future, like what's to come. So all that stuff happened, and mind you, our son's like not that old. He's just a little newborn, like he's sleeping. We just put him down to go to sleep, and that's a challenge in itself. And so like then that comes out, we get traded, and we're thinking about, where do we stay? Where do we live? Do we have time? Will we have a place? What do we do with our son? Like, where are we going? We still have to go see family in Florida. Like, we were just going to see family in Florida and go straight to Bradenton. Now we have to see family in Florida and fly all the way to Arizona. Like, what's next? And so we're dealing with all this stuff. We're dealing with all these things that we have to do while also, dealing with the now and talking and saying your goodbyes, and you're doing all this stuff really fast, and it seems like too much, too quick. And so, yeah, it's a transition. You had some fans, and then you're just getting some new fans, and some new friends, new teammates. So it's awesome. Now, looking on it now, it's awesome, and I'm loving what I'm doing, where I'm at.
Now I want to talk a little bit about fatherhood. Still, he's a firecracker. He's going to be my best little buddy. But something I want to go at a little bit first is, I think your ping pong game may falter a little bit now that you got so many other obligations. And I'm going to show the fans a little bit of our highlight, but I want to show you a highlight of me and you playing a little ping pong. I got it in the archives. We have epic battles.
Bro, no lie.
And I'm pretty sure we're about 500 now.
Yeah.
We're pretty even
From the
now.
last time we played.
I beat you at your home court, which never happens.
Yeah, it doesn't. That's the first time it's ever happened.
But these are epic battles we have.
That literally was McHenry hitting it that hard, and that was me returning it. Like, that's what we were doing.
That cartwheel you just did.
Yeah.
I've never seen that move before.
That's what we do. That's literally that's what we did. Oh, on the table though. Oh. I didn't do that. I didn't believe in I didn't trust my team.
Like I said, epic battles, but I feel like I got the upper hand right now. You got a lot of things tied up.
Yeah.
You don't have your table all the time now.
I don't.
I feel like I got a chance. Maybe creep above 500.
I don't know, man. 'Cause I'm more relaxed now.
All right.
So it helps me kind of just go,
All right, well.
I'm not putting too much pressure on myself.
To be continued then.
Okay.
All right. So with that being said, like fatherhood, like I can't wait to be a dad. I can't wait for that moment. I can't even imagine what that's like.
Yeah.
It's probably the greatest moment of your life.
Yeah.
Beside your marriage.
Yeah.
Watch Maria walk down the aisle. That was an emotional day, but just reflect a little bit on this, because that's a human element that people can't understand.
Yeah. When people would always say, it doesn't matter what you do at the ballpark. After the game's over and you see your kid, everything goes out the window. You don't think about it. You don't think about it. Or you put life into perspective, because you really realize how selfish you are once you have a kid. Like, once you have a kid, you're like, dang, I was like really selfish with a lot of stuff.
It's a really cool perspective.
I was really selfish with my routine, with my performance, with my sleep. With my wife. Like, I was really selfish at a lot of times, Then you look back like, man, that was pretty bad. But like, man,
You're being a little hard on yourself. You're a great dude.
You are. But you realize how so many things aren't as important. Like, man, it is the coolest thing, like, to go home, and if he's up, you come home, and those eyes light up when you see him. Oh, the best feeling in the world. The best. It's like, you like, come, man, he just went over for 4, struck out a couple times, we lost. You come home, close the door, you open it, and you go in, and then that kid just looks you in the face and just smiles and lights up, and you're just like, all right, life made. My life's made. It's complete.
He is his dad's son, no doubt.
Yeah, for sure.
Doubt. Too cool.
He loves baseball, too.
That's amazing.
He loves baseball already. I already know it.
Is he going to be left-handed?
I don't know yet.
Hit lefty, maybe switch?
He might switch.
Ooh.
Watch out.
Speed, switch hitter, out of the box left-handed. Could you imagine if you hit left-handed?
Oh, my goodness.
What would your average go up? 30 points over your career?
At least. Way more triples, too.
And I appreciate your time.
Yeah, man.
I love you to death.
Love you,
I wish you the best.
Appreciate it, man.
Hope you go bushes a bunch. Maybe not here, but a bunch this year.
I'm going to just not say nothing. Trying to be like my dad.
Foresee the future.
Yeah, I ain't going to say. Yeah. Finish strong, baby. Finish strong.
Awesome. Appreciate you, brother.
Yeah, man. My dad, he thinks he's like
Can't wait to hear where this goes.
A modern day, like, I don't know. He's just like he feels like he can foresee the future.
He's a wizard.
He's a little wizard.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but he has his moments. He has, like, it's from a kid growing up. He'd always just say, "This is gonna happen. Watch out. Watch what I tell you." And then it happens.
Got to believe to achieve.
Yeah. So I believe him to a certain extent, but I believe him because a lot of stuff he talks about, it ends up coming to fruition. So I'm like, all right. So I never forget, like, before I got drafted, he was like, before the draft even started, "You going to the Pirates?" And I was like, he's like, "I'm telling you, you're going to the Pirates. It's perfect. It's perfect. It's a perfect fit. They need an outfield. Everywhere else they have outfield, they're stacked. You're going to the Pirates. They black and yellow. Your high school's black and yellow. It's right down the road from here where the spring training is at. It's like, it's going." I was like, okay.
Hold on, I got to put you on pause. That is a good voice right there. That is a lot of time with your dad. You sound just like him.
This is what I tell you now. I'm like, okay, Dad. All right. I was like, okay, man.
If you don't know, Cutch is good at everything. So if he wants to be a mimic, whatever he wants to do, he can figure out a way. So it doesn't surprise me that you got that knocked out, but that's pretty funny. That's pretty funny.
That's great. But so he told me, man, and I was like, all right. And I wanted to go there. I was like, this is a great place, and then it ended up happening. And so, like, from there on out, I mean, I just felt like grounded, like, into this franchise from there. I was learning about the franchise, about the history, and I was intrigued to want to know about it, and that only comes with just because you want to be there, and so going up through the minor league organization and then finally making it to the major leagues, we weren't great, at the time, and but I was excited to be here, and I never forget, I would walk around kind of downtown because I just lived downtown, so I would always walk around downtown, and the fans were just like, "We're pulling for you guys. We're pulling for you guys." We were like
so cool.
Last in the league, like, and like we weren't good, like, but the fans were still excited the whole time. If it doesn't happen this year, it's all right. It's gonna happen next year. And at that time, we had lost for 16 years straight or whatever it was, and our 15, I remember. And everyone was like that. Everyone was like that. Everyone I interacted with they were just excited all the time. They were showing their support. And I never forget, I was with my friend Kenny. You know who Kenny is.
I love Kenny.
Yeah, and so my buddy Kenny, we're at the mall, at the Ross Park Mall. I was a rookie at the time, and we're just sitting there at the food court, and we're just sitting down and eating. We're just eating food. And I looked at him, I said, "Bro, if all works out the way I want it to, and the way I hope it does, I won't be able to sit down here much longer. I won't be able to just sit down and eat.
So you have a little bit of your dad.
Point I was getting to.
Ah.
You caught it.
Sorry. I know him pretty well. Sorry.
And I'll never forget that, man. We sat there and he kind of looked and he kind of looked up at me and he just, and we just made that eye contact and I was like, yeah. And then we kind of just kept eating. And then after that, bro, I mean, it's history. And I never forget. I just bring it back to my buddy. I brought it back to Kenny. I brought it back up to him. I was like, man, remember when I said that, bro? And he was like, bro, like, we just had like a moment where we were just like, man, that's crazy. And, I fell in love, man, after that, throughout it. Fell in love, man, with the city, with everybody, the fans. And that's how you gain that relationship with everybody. You lose together, not only as on the team and on the field, but the fans too. So, some way longer than me. They were a part of the losing. And then you win and change it around and turn it. Man, that's like the cool. That's when it becomes a handshake from a handshake to a hug. When it comes to friendship. Yeah. When it comes to fans,
good point.
That's when they went from a handshake to a hug, man. And that's how I feel here, man. And I'm sure the fans feel the same way, when they see me. And I think that's the big part of, why the fans are here while I'm here, why they're showing their support. It's more than just a baseball player on the field. It's a relationship. I think we all have that connection. Can't lose that regardless of where I'm at.